Good evening, Philippines. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Pageant Mag Philippines live sessions. Yours truly, Francois Diaz, your pageant correspondent. So we are live simultaneously on our Facebook page and, of course, on our YouTube channel. If you guys are new to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe and click the bell notification so that you will get notified whenever we release new videos. And please do follow and like as well our Facebook page for more pageant updates. We are also on Instagram and on TikTok, so please do follow us on all our social media platforms. Now, guys, if you can also support us by sending stars for our streaming subscriptions rather. If you have any questions, guys, later, please don't hesitate to drop your questions down below so that we can definitely ask your questions direct to our guests for tonight. Now, I believe that you are all excited as well. So do I. To meet our guest for tonight. So our esteemed guests for this evening are Miss Philippines Earth 2022 winners. So please do help me welcome our guests. Let's start off with Nicey Lampad. Hello, Nicey.
Hello, everyone.
All
Good
right.
evening.
Yes, good evening to you, Nicey. We also have Erica Vinatan. Hello, Erica. Good evening to you.
Hello po. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
All right. And of course, Angel Santos. Good evening, Angel.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Pageant Mag Philippines.
All right. Good evening. And of course, we have Jimema Tempra. Good evening, Jimema.
Good evening po sa inyong lahat.
Ayan. So, of course, finally, we have the Miss Philippines Earth 2022, Jenny Ramp.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
everyone.
Jenny. Ayon. Good evening, everyone. How are you? How's everyone?
So good po.
Yes, we're all
Okay
doing
naman
great
po.
here.
Sign
Yes.
language tayo. Sige.
Ayaw
Ayan.
magsapawan.
Yes.
Okay lang naman. Ayan. So, it's been like ilang days na since Saturday. So, it's been few days ago. How's the feeling, guys? So, let's start off with Jenny. Go ahead, Jenny.
It's the feeling that you still can't get over, even though it's been a few days. It was last Saturday, but it still feels so new, and I feel like this will last until probably the whole duration of the year. It's something that's so exciting, and like as everyone else puts it, cloud nine talaga.
Cloud9 still. Siyempre, parang ano pa rin yan eh. Tawag dito, honeymoon period. Ayun.
Yes, honeymoon period.
Mhm. How about Jimema? Where's Jimema? There you go, Jimema. Mhm.
Okay lang po, super blessed and grateful for the opportunity po as chosen of one of the reigning queens of Miss Philippines Earth.
Ayun. Blessing, of course. Winning is always a blessing as well. Angel,
Oh,
For me naman po,
how's your
I'm really,
experience?
yeah.
How does it feel winning?
For me naman po, I feel really happy and blessed. And at the same time, I really don't feel any changes as of the moment. Kasi
Mhm.
what I've been instilling in myself is that I am running with my advocacy since the start of the year for the past few years. So now that I am a reigning queen, the only different thing is that I now have a crown, but my advocacy is still there.
Still intact. Kasi
Yes.
ngayon nagkakaroon ka na kasi ng voice.
Yes.
And how about Erica? How does it feel,
yeah.
Erica? This is your first time, Erica, in national
Uh,
pageant.
Opo, my first national pageant. Like Jenny said, parang everyone feels like they're in cloud nine. And same as me po, I'm very excited and I'm very proud at the same time that I was able to bring honor to my city, which is Legazpi. And a while ago, I just arrived po from Manila. So right now, I'm in Legazpi City. And kanina when I arrived, yung parents ko po may dalang napakalaking tarp. Siyempre, parang nahihiya ako, but then again, I have to remind myself na girl. Parang they're just so proud of you. Tapos ang ingay-ingay nila sa airport. But then again, I kind of get them. I understand. They're just so proud. And in the same time, I'm proud as well. And I feel so blessed and grateful.
Ayun, of course. Now, guys, most of us actually don't know you much yet. So, can you just tell us something, interesting facts about yourself? Something na pwede lang namin malaman ha, huwag niyong ilaglag yung sarili niyo. Charing. So, what have you been doing before joining Miss Earth, and tell us about your experiences. Okay, let's start with you, Erica. Oh, I'm sorry. Wala
Um,
pa pala si Nicey. Oh my God. Before we proceed, let's have Nicey muna. Nicey, how are you? How did you feel? How's the feeling of a
Okay
winner?
lang po. Very surreal. Hindi ako makapaniwala na I'm one of the reigning queens of the Miss Philippines Earth 2022. At the same time, grateful. Sabi nga nila for the opportunity to share my cause, my advocacy, and to reach more people with this kind of platform po. Yun lang po.
Ayun. So, thank you so much, Nicey. I apologize, Nicey. Ha? Nice pala. Nakalimutan ko yung,
No, it's
ano kayo,
okay. Okay
lima
lang
pala
po.
kayo. Hindi ko napansin. Sorry. Ay, nakakaloka kasi yung malabo mata ko. Ayun. Hindi ko na napansin sa baba. Anyways, just like what I have mentioned earlier, Nice, no? Can you tell us about yourself? Kasi nga, well, we have known you lang dito sa sa pageantry, sa Miss Philippines Earth. Eventually, we don't know much about you guys. So, can you tell us something about yourself as well to get to know you well?
First
Yeah,
of
let's start
all,
with you, Nice.
I sorry mo ba? Sige.
Yeah.
I'm 21 years old and I'm still studying, taking up Bachelor in Medical Laboratory Science here in Davao. And I like singing, but only in the shower kasi I'm shy. Tsaka, I also dance. Mga ano lang, konting dance-dance lang. Yun lang po.
Okay. So at least you dance and sing, di ba? You can dance and you can sing, di
Opo,
ba?
but I'm not good.
Uh,
That's okay.
um, it's still a gift naman. So something you can improve, di ba? Okay, let's go
Definitely.
with. Thank you, guys. How about you, Erica? What have you been doing before joining the pageant and your experience?
Actually po, fun fact, I was born in Saudi Arabia since both of my parents were OFWs. So dun po ako ginawa. Dun po ako pinanganak. So I
Oh,
never really, when I was 5 years old, that's when we got back to the Philippines. So dito na po ako lumaki sa Legazpi. And then I just never thought na babalik po ako sa bansang Saudi Arabia. And then I was able to work there as an international flight attendant for 3 years. And then after saving up, yes po, after saving up and traveling, I was able to save up for my own business, which I currently have. I am currently managing right now. And then after that po, I'm also working in a beauty and wellness corporation here in Albay.
wow, that's great, di ba? So at
Yes.
least you have nagbago yung mo, yung tawag doon, work mo from flight
Mm-mm.
attendant to tourist director na. Woo! Di ba?
Yes.
Ayun. Tourism director rather. Okay, thank you so much, Erica. We'll get back to you. And let's have Angel. Angel, what have you been doing, Angel?
So actually po, I am currently working in the government as a civil engineer po at the Department of Public Works and Highways. And my office po is the Public-Private Partnership Service, wherein we focus on collaborating with private companies para makapaggawa po tayo ng mga expressways that can be help in connecting our country. And I am also raised by a single father. My father po is a market vendor, vegetable market vendor. And my mom po is currently living in Palawan. Though she's with me
Mm.
right now, she's working in Palawan as a farmer po. She's part of the Farmers Association in Palawan. So I'm really happy to be in Coron, Palawan when we held our coronation.
Oh, great. I won't be asking much about that. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angel, for that
Okay
information. At
po.
least we know where to stand. Okay. Let's have Jimema.
My experiences before joining Miss Philippines Earth is that I do digital photography and I'm also a fashion, runway, and commercial model po. And aside from that, one fact about me is that I stand 5'8" tall and I'm 19 years old and I have an OFW parents right now.
Thank you so much,
Wow.
Jimema.
Thank you.
Interesting. Mhm. And finally, Jenny.
Hello everyone, I am Jenny Ram. So some fun facts about me is that currently I am a second year BS psychology student at Holy Angel University. I find that psychology is really my passion, and that's why I decided to pursue it in my college. And before that, when I first moved here in the Philippines when I was 14, I started modeling. So ever since then, I've been doing runways, commercial modeling, TVCs, everything. So I wanted to also try my skills in pageantry as well, and this was my first national pageant.
Wow. So almost all of you consider this Miss Philippines Earth as your first national pageants, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So
I'll
of the many pageants here in the Philippines, why did you choose Miss Philippines Earth? It shows that based from your introduction a while back, I think all of you, your passion is too much far from um, Miss Earth advocacy, or at least Miss Earth, yeah, Miss Earth advocacy. So why did you choose Miss Earth, Miss Philippines Earth to take part on? Okay, let's start off with you, Jenny.
Yes, well, it's true that in the Philippines we have so many different pageants. However, Miss Earth Philippines is something that I really resonated with inside my heart. It's something that I grew up with the principles and values of taking care of the environment, of being environmentally conscious. And joining this pageant, I strive to have everyone else to be as environmentally conscious as I am too, so that we could raise awareness, we could focus on our advocacies as well towards everyone, including everyone in the nation and the citizens, to do their part as well.
All right, good. So at least for the advocacy as well.
Mhm.
Hmm. And how about you, Jimena? What was the reason why you chose Miss Philippines Earth as your pivotal pageant, or pivotal pageant, rather?
I chose Miss Philippines Earth pageant poster because aside that it is a beauty pageant for a cause, it is very relevant in today's time, sir, because we really need to be an advocate for the environment because our earth is dying, and aside from that, we are the only one who can save it. So, us being an empowered woman and an advocate for change for the environment, we were able to inspire more people with this platform that was given to us.
All right, thank you so much. And of course, let's have Angel. An- Angel, what's the reason behind of you joining Miss Philippines Earth?
Well, for me, hindi naman po talaga siya nalayo dun sa career ko as an engineer. And also dun sa lifestyle po namin, very simple lang naman po yung buhay namin. And yung father ko nga po, he sells vegetable for a living. And my mom is a farmer. So very inline siya dun sa buhay ko, sa pamumuhay ko. And I wanted to like share to the people the beauty of a very simple life, which can also be in line with sustainability, which is my advocacy, sustainable living. And also with my profession as a civil engineer, we it is timely and relevant that we now promote sustainable development. So it's a must that in our projects in the Philippines, we also inculcate the values of studying environmental impact assess or creating environmental impact assessment so that before we move on to creating these projects, we are also being mindful to what it's gonna impact or what its impact is gonna be, not just in our environment but also for the human beings who's living our in our world, of course. Yun po.
Yes, which is tayo din naman kasi yung ano, yung affected at the end
Yes.
of the day, di ba? All right, thank you so much. Hi, Dandy. Thank you so much, Dandy. And of course, let's have Erica. Erica, why did you choose Miss Philippines Earth?
I guess, sir, it's my love for pageantry in the same time my love for the ocean. I grew up as a swimmer, as a free diver, and even in my hobbies, pagdating po sa mga hobbies ko, I am very much involved with the water, from free diving and dragon boat paddling. So then I realized that I had a front row seat when it comes to seeing how messed up the ocean is. And together with my love for pageantry, I realized na I believe that Miss Earth is the perfect start for me to share. And I believe it's such a great platform to share my advocacy, which is marine conservation, focusing on coral planting.
That's great. At least nakita mo kasi first hand yung nangyayari, di ba? Mm-mm.
Yes. Opo.
Ayun.
True.
Thank you so much, Erica. And of course, nice.
Mm.
You're
As
still
someone who
very
loves
young,
to,
nice. Why did you
yeah,
choose Miss Earth?
yeah, I choose Miss Earth because as someone who loves to travel, I've seen the detrimental effects of like tourism, mismanaged tourism. So with this, my advocacy, I know Miss Philippines Earth is about the environmental conservation and preservation, and with their range, with their scope, I could inspire other people to be environmental conscious about their doings, especially in about concerning our environment. So that is why I joined Miss Philippines Earth.
Ayun. Thank you so much, ladies. And I definitely, o yun, sabi nga ni John, the best pageant. Sabi niya, for real yung mga advocacies, di ba? If for real has advocacies. So, thank you so much, John. Congratulations, girls, and Miss Earth Jenny Ram. Okay, so, well, kung tutuusin naman talaga, ito yung pageant kasi that has really a focused um, advocacy. It's basically um, focused on um, environmental awareness, right? So, which is kailangan din naman natin. The earth is, well, the world rather, is basically very ill right now. So I think we need someone, it needs a doctor. So I think Miss Earth is one of those instruments to find a doctor for our ailing environment. Ayon. So, guys, thank you so much for those information and for telling us about yourselves. However, let's proceed with a game to get to know you more. Okay? Ready ba kayo?
Ready.
Ready.
Yes, ready na
So
po. As
here's
a
for
competitive
everyone.
person.
Have you ever had gotten in trouble at school or at church? Let's start off with Jenny.
No, I have never gotten in trouble at a school or a church because I am very disciplined. Everyone here knows me that I'm very quiet. I just stay in my place. I really don't like upsetting people. or getting yelled at all. So I always follow the rules.
Wow, that's so nice of you.
Yeah,
Hindi pasaway katulad ko. Charot.
not batang pasaway.
How about nice? Have you ever had gotten in trouble in school or at church?
No, I haven't po. Just like my name. I'm really nice po. I don't like getting into fight because I really don't like. Yun
Kaloka
po.
naman kayo. Parang ako nagigilty lang. Oh, di ba? Okay, for ano naman, for Angel, have you ever had gifted or have you ever recycled a gift?
Yes, I did. Kasi sobrang frugal ko po. Sobrang kuripot ko po in all aspects. And I have to share one story
Easy
during
lang
our...
kamo.
Yes po, mabilis lang. Mabilis na story lang. During our... a day before our coronation is my anniversary. Me and my boyfriend's first anniversary. So, sobrang kuripot ko po. Pinadalan ko po siya ng food panda that cost around 300 pesos. And because sobrang tired kaming lahat, di ko po napansin na padala ko siya ng COD. Ayun. So, imbes na ako po yung magbayad as a gift for him, he paid for my gift. Yun po.
For his own.
Pero bumawi naman po ako pag-uwi. Nakakahiya. Pero yun po yung nangyari. So, yes.
That's okay, 'di ba? How about you yes, Erica. Have you ever gifted or recycled a
Yes
gift?
po. Regarding the gift, no. Ano po? No. Ay, baka. I don't remember. Kasi po, when I believe it was, I was in grade school. Di ba po pag mga exchange gift, uso yung mga frame?
Oo.
Di ba pag nag-exchange? Yun po, baka na-regift ko po yung exchange gift kasi nakalimutan ni mommy na may exchange gift pala kami. So, yun. Yun po, baka yung
Hindi
frame
pala
na
ikaw.
naregalo sa
Ay,
akin.
hindi ikaw, si
But
mami ang
now,
nakaisip nun.
yeah, si mami nakaisip. Si mami pala yung kuripot. Totoo po yun.
Alright, Erica, have you ever regifted or recycled a gift?
Ay, ako po.
Ay.
Ako po. Tapos na po ako.
Si
Jimema
Jemima.
pala.
Ginebra.
Opo. Opo, the very sikat gift is the mug, the cup or the mug. It's very sikat when we are having a
That's right.
party or
Oo.
when we are exchanging gifts po. Yun po talaga yung ginigift ko po sa lahat. Kasi super simple, super doable, and it's very useful.
Ayun. Thank you so much, di ba? Very Miss Earth, Miss Philippines Earth, di ba? Nagre-recycle tayo.
Yes.
Ayun. How about this one? Have you ever had your cell phone rung at an embarrassing moment? Yes, Jenny.
No, I never had. I always keep my ringer off if ever I'm out because when it rings, I don't want everyone to look at me suddenly. So I always make sure that it's off. Pero I have the vibration on, so I will know if I get a call or message.
At least on guard pa rin.
Yes, opo.
How about you, Angel? Have you ever had your cell phone rung at a very embarrassing moment?
Well, actually, sir, medyo pareho kasi kami ng personality ni Jenny, if the others don't know yet. Medyo pareho kami. So, ako din, I don't really have my phone on a ringtone. Naka-vibrate lang siya. And also, I really don't like answering calls that much. Kapag walang notification, like for example, you're gonna call me, I want you to like ask me first if you can call me before you call me. Kasi pag may tumatawag sa akin suddenly, I feel like a bit medyo may konting anxiety baka kasi mamaya may emergency or something surprising. I'm not a fan of surprises, but you know, yun yung parang thing ko when it comes to calling me in cell phones.
Mm. Tsaka ano rin, parang discipline na rin kasi yun, men. Yes, how
Yes po.
about you, Erica? Have you ever had experienced that? Your cell phone was
Ah,
ringing at a very embarrassing moment.
nung grade school po ako, di ko makakalimutan to. I was grade 5. Eh, nung school po namin, phones are not allowed. So,
Oh.
tawag mo dito, di ba? May mga ganun eh. Kasi ako ay sa Catholic school po kami. So, everyone's very strict. Eh, syempre, amis na amis. First cellphone ko, I remember, I was in grade 5, first phone ko. So, dinala ko po siya. So, sobrang excited ko. Nakalimutan kong i-silent. Tapos, biglang nag-recitation. Tapos, tumunog yung phone ko sa side ko. Siyempre, si bakla kinabahan. Kasi bawal po talaga. Iko-confiscate, tatawagan yung nanay, ang dami mangyayari. So what I did, sobrang lalim po ng pocket ko. Siyempre, pag yung boys, hindi naman pwede hawakan yung pocket mo. So, kunyari, kinapakapa ko na lang, wala po, hindi po talaga sa akin. Yun po, medyo naloka ako, pero umamin din po sa teacher ko kasi naging close din kami. Ayun po. Di ba? Batang pasaway ito, sir. Baliktad kami ni Jenny at ni Angel, tsaka ni Nice. Ay, nako. Mali yung
Misfire ka
mga
talaga.
tinatanungan mo, sir.
Bawal po magsinungaling ha. Sa mga nanonood ng mga bata,
Yes.
bawal magsinungaling. Joke. Alright, this is for Jimema and Nice. Have you ever had paid for a stranger's meal or drink without them knowing it was you? Nice.
I haven't tried it before, pero I like to do it once in a while. I usually give to yung namamalimutin ko ako ng pagkain. Kasi I don't
Yeah.
usually give money. I like to give food so that they would really they would really eat po.
Oo. Actually, maganda yung namimigay ng pagkain nun. Kahit yung kapag ka
Yes.
nasa ano ka, galing ka sa mall, ganyan, or sa food chain, ganyan. Yung mga tira-tira, ganyan. Basta mapak lang siya na maayos. Ganun ang ginagawa ko. Charot! Yes, how about you, Jimema? Have you ever tried that? Paying someone's meal of a stranger's meal or drink without them knowing it was you paid it?
Siguro po, hindi ko na po na-remember, pero ako po kasi, I'm very giving when it comes to people who need food po, especially po when I'm on my stage po, senior high school. May mga ano po kasi, stranger po na nandun po sa gilid ng school, tapos wala po silang makain. So, what I usually do po is to bring them yung bread or just a simple meal so that their stomach po will be filled with meals and they will not be hungry po. And aside from that po, it's our thing po, in me and my family po, we usually give food po to people, especially when we are having a celebration, and not just that, a random lang po talaga.
Ayun. Diba?
Mm.
Thank you so much. How about this one? Have you ever had kept awkward photos of you, Jenny?
Awkward
Photos ka
photos. Yes, very much. I would like to delete them and forget that they even exist, but I do keep some that are like funny in a way, and then I'd like to send it to my friends sometimes just to make them smile and to make them laugh.
Yes, Angel. How about you? Have you ever had?
Yes po naman. Parang generation namin before yung start ng Facebook, uso yung mga jeje posts. 'Di ba po, yung mga hindi naiintindihan na status like Angel number one, mga ganun, tapos nakaganyan picture, tapos nakaganon, ganyan. Tapos 'di ba laging ganun yung angle. Marami pa po ako niyan pero hindi ko lang nilalabas kasi nakakahiya. Yes.
Jimema, have you ever had
Opo,
kept
madami.
awkward?
Opo, marami. Pero nung ano na po ako, nag-upgrade or nag-matured, in-archive ko na po siya sa social media ko kasi nahihiya ako. It's like an awkward thing for me to show people that this is me and true life. But, we have naman our own way of showing them. But for me, I like to keep it private.
Siyempre naman, di ba? Yes, Erica, how about that?
Ako naman, sir, baliktad ulit. I don't really mind showing my wacky photos. All the girls know that. Pagdating sa mga wacky, talagang all out ako eh. And in the same time, parang personally, ayoko po na magagamit nila yung wacky photos ko to blackmail me. Gusto ko ako pa yung magpo-post sa mga wacky photos ko. So I just share it to I love making people laugh. So sometimes like what Jenny does, I just send it to a friend or to my family. Minsan, pang-asar lang na good morning, tapos mukha kang baliw, mga ganun po.
Marami ako niyan sa cellphone ko, sir.
O, tingnan
Marami
nyo,
ako niyan.
tingnan nyo, sir, madami sa phones nila.
Nagsiselfie siya.
Yung parang hiniram lang yung cellphone mo, biglang nag-selfie na.
Actually, sir,
Yes, mga-
naiwan lang.
Yeah.
Yung tipong naiwan lang. Pagtingin mo,
Oh.
album na ni Erica yung cellphone mo.
Sorry, Nastian.
True.
Saved.
How about you, Nice? Oh, you're very nice person. How's that?
Madami po. Nasa Facebook, naka-only me. Lahat. Naka-untag.
Naka-only me lang.
Opo.
Thank you so much, guys, for playing this with me, and I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate your honesty. Now, moving forward, guys, let's talk about social issues right now. As of the moment, one of the one of the top four issues right now on environmental issue in environment is basically deforestation. What is your opinion on what's happening on our mountains right now that they're becoming denuded? Is there any way of getting them back into their original form? Yes, let's start off with Jenny.
Yes, well, I find the situation of deforestation so truly upsetting, especially because this year of Miss Philippines Earth was Me Loves Fauna. And most
Mhm.
of our faunas were endemic to the Philippines, meaning they mostly come from the Philippines. However, the other point of them is that they are also endangered, especially my fauna, which was the white-winged flying fox. It's usually found in the jungle and tropical areas with all the trees, and it's really deforestation really threatens it, and not just the bats, but all of the other animals who live there. And so I find that really upsetting. However, there is something that we can do, and that's tree planting. And during our Miss Earth Philippines, we did so many tree planting activities, and I'm pretty sure that during our reign, we'll do even more to encourage everyone who's following us that they would also see it as well. And they could also do the same thing just by themselves at home in their backyard as well.
Ayun. That's right actually because our forest actually no ay yung mga is basically the places of or the home of the animals, 'di ba?
Yes, it
We cannot
is.
deny that. We cannot deny that our forest is their home, 'di ba? Kapag dinadala nga natin sila sa zoo, um nagbabago pa rin yung animals eh. Nagkakaroon sila ng ibang tawag dito, behavior, 'di
Opo,
ba?
that's true. The way that they adapt to it.
Yes, that's right. And ayun, sabi nga, pero marami namang ahas dito sa ano, 'di ba? Sa lungsod, 'di ba?
Iba po
So ang
yata.
ahas ay paligtaan. Charot. Ayun. So, thank you so much, Jenny. And one of the issues right now, Jimema, is also on what we call water pollution. So, anong masasabi mo ngayon sa mga ginagawa ng government o kaya ng mga NGOs sa mga issues natin on water pollution? Are they doing well? Are we already moving forward to somehow rehabilitation?
For me, sir, I know that they are doing well when it comes to conserving water, especially now that the Philippines are one of the country that is very polluted when it comes to water, and not everyone has equal access of water because some places po, sir, didn't have an equal access of water. But I know that the LGU or the government are doing their job to make solution to it. But I know and I believe that they can do more po, just to push through the solution po. Kasi po, now that we are emerging, we really need to put everything on hand and put everything on solution po, so that we can be able to put an end of this water pollution po. So that everyone who has will have an equal access of water and a clean water also.
Do you think nakukulang na tayo sa tubig, Angel?
Well, I believe so po, pero the only solution for it is always very simple, conservation and being very
Yes.
mindful with our actions. Like for example, yung mga, I know that we have a lot of green movements already, but we have to also think about the things that we do. We shouldn't be at the extremes of things. We shouldn't be at the extremes of, what do you call this? At the extremes of not being mindful about the environment, or we should not be just in the extremes as well of being too mindful in the environment. Like for example, yung if we want to be sustainable, it doesn't mean that you have to use all of the materials that are made out of wood. So what if we use these materials that are made out of wood, but it easily breaks? So ang tendency is we purchase it again and again, which
Mm-mm.
means that we are defeating the purpose of conservation. What we need to do right now is to use things that are much more durable so that we don't have to cut more trees. Kasi yun nga po,
Lasting.
doon sa cutting of trees, we're also reducing yung water resources natin. And we are polluting a lot of water, bodies of water in our world because we lack trees. Kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng mga flash floods, landslides, and most importantly, pag wala na tayong mga puno, we tend to think like we are advancing towards technology. And as we advance, nalilimutan natin kung paano proteksyonan yung environment natin. Yun po.
Mm-mm. So you mentioned a while back, no, or si ano naman, si Erica. Erica na mention ni Angel kanina about the use of durable materials, 'di ba? So which is part of sustainability. So one of the durable or lasting na materials na ginagamit is plastic. Would you still consider or would you still recommend the use of plastic that are lasting? Naka-mute ka ata.
Okay na. Sorry. Of course, sir, I would recommend as much as possible if you can not to use plastic because my advocacy is marine conservation. A lot of the factor when it comes to marine conservation is removing plastic from the ocean. Yes, so hindi naman po, the truth is hindi talaga maiiwasan na walang plastic. For example, when there's a manufacturing of chairs, you know, a lot of still a lot of our things that we use every day, there's still a factor of plastic. But then again, it's the way we take care of it para tumagal po siya. So, but when it comes to single-use plastic, I guess that's where we start to think of na, I believe na it's been the longest issue, especially here in the Philippines, since we're in a third world
Mm-mm.
country. For example, sachets, since hindi po tayo kasing blessed ng like other countries, we do understand why people prefer them because they're cheaper. But then again, I believe there's a better way because I believe there was this one store we visited. It's I forgot. It's Back to Basic. Am I right? Tama ba yun,
Yes,
guys?
yes,
It's
yes,
Back to
it
That you
is.
may
Basic
It's
Eco Store. Yes, it's a
Eco
store
store.
that suggests that you use that suggests that you
reusable.
use a simple kind of soap that's very multifunctional, from washing of your hair to your face to your body. Pwede rin po siya maging dishwashing. So kumbaga everything in one. They really try their best. The mission of their company is to try their best na iwasan ng plastic even from the packaging. So I guess it's all about encouraging other people, and not only that, but educating them kung gaano kaimportante yung paggagamit ng plastic in a long term or even using single use plastic.
Yeah, I want to pick up from what you mentioned a while ago na parang one soap for all. Parang
Yes.
all in one na siya, 'di ba? Parang may ano kasi may studies, 'di ba? Yun yung mga standpoint ng mga ibang brands din na when we na yung ano yung face natin at saka yung body skin natin ay magkaiba yung ano nila,
Different.
yung
Mm-hmm.
types, 'di ba? So kaya magkaiba yung soap na ginagamit sa face at saka sa body. So saan mag-stand ngayon yung or how would conservation or sustainability would stand on that matter, on that issue? Let's go with Jenny muna. Ay, si Nicey pala, si Nice. Mm.
For me,
Paano
sir,
nyo
with regards to that,
mare-reconcile?
maybe just use refillable things like yung mga bottled uh, glass to refill your shampoo pa kaya or kaya facial wash para hindi tayo sige gamit ng sachet. Yun po. Yun po yung opinion ko pa about that.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, sir.
So,
Can I butt in po for that issue? Sorry.
okay, go ahead,
I, re-
Angel.
I,
Sure.
I really have something to say about the concept po na sinasabi nila. Based on studies, we have different
Skin
skin types
types.
for our face, for our body, for our head. Kaya iba-iba yung ano natin, ginagamit natin chemicals for it. But for me, it's just commercialization. They just condition our minds into thinking that we need to use different things for our faces, for our heads, for our bodies. When in reality, it's just the skin. It's just the same for everything. Kaya naman po mas manipis yung face natin. It's because for a long, long time, we have been using different products on it already. So we have been conditioned in our minds that we have to use different things for our body. And commercially, syempre, magpapurchase tayo ng maraming items. But if we're going back to the old times, people doesn't really do those things. Wala namang taong may facial wash. Walang taong nagsha-shampoo. They only use one soap bar or any cleaning material to clean themselves. Actually, hindi pa nga sila masyado naliligo during ancient times. Kasi nga, it's a different thing back then. And ang reminder ko na lang po siguro sa mga tao ngayon is if we want to save Mother Earth, all we have to do is just go back to where we are. We just go back to our old ways and just get reconnected to Mother Nature. Yun lang po.
Ayun. I definitely agree with you, Angel, kasi nga, if we try to look back nga, mas longer yung lifespan ng mga elders natin. Mas longer yung lifespan ng mga elders natin kaysa sa atin this time. Kasi yung mga elders natin, umaabot sila ng hanggang 100. This time ang lifespan na lang, in reality, based on the studies, ay 80, di ba? 80 ang ang pinaka normal na lifespan. So, there must be something wrong in there, di ba? Sa mga binebenta sa market. Kasi nga, we are
Yeah.
eating what's actually killing us.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's right. I don't know if Jenny would agree with me on that.
Yes, I do. And I also agree with what At the Angel said that a lot of the industry is very commercialized. And that's how they do marketing. That's the psychology behind it. They want to feed consumers with false information that you need something when in reality you don't. Because in reality, that's not how nature works or our body. However, because we've been doing it for such a long time, now our body has adapted to it and it's gotten used to it. And now it doesn't know how to react without it.
Mm.
Ayun. Thank you so much. And um, one of the top environmental issue is air pollution, and we have seen that um, during the first wave of pandemic. We've noticed how
Yes.
clean our air before. Now, um, my question is, do we still have hopes on cleaning up um, our air pollution, or cleaning up our air during this period of time? Jenny.
Yes, I believe that we certainly will always have hope, no matter what the situation is. And you are very correct that when the pandemic happened and everyone was inside, we saw that the sky was clearer, especially in Metro Manila. I remember seeing Facebook posts that people were actually shocked with how blue the sky was there. And, it's just funny because if we continue doing these ways, then it could be even bluer as well, and the sky would clear up and be more healthier for us. Because we forget that this air pollution is very much harming us, our lungs, and it also harms our face as well. It gives our face pimples because the air gets so dirty. But I believe that we can still continue the ways of the pandemic. We could work from home, we could study from home as well, because the beauty of this is that we are also with our families as well. And that's such an important part. I found it beautiful that people from Manila were going back to the provinces, and then they were able to sustain a livelihood. They were still able to pay for food and rent just by staying home and adapting to technology, because we should take advantage of it.
Ayun, that's right. Totoo nga yun. How about you, Jimema? What
Yeah.
else we can do to somehow help on cleaning up our air?
Everything our Miss Philippines Earth Queen said that it is really important to continue what we really started since from the pandemic because it has really impacted the environment and in the environment itself. And then, siguro for me, what could I suggest is to implement, and I mean for the government to implement more rules and laws so that people will not abuse the use of transportation. I know that it is part of our lives, but we can find ways or the eco initiatives, just like using the eco vehicles if we have here, just like using the bike because it is very helpful to Mother Earth and it does not give harm to Mother Earth and it does not give pollution to Mother Earth. So I think it's the small ways for me. Starting in the small ways could lead us to a beggar. It could lead us to a bigger ways. I'm so sorry. Could lead us to a bigger way so that we could be able to start the solution in us and also to our family, to our friends, and to other people as well, so that they could be able to be inspired, to be encouraged. Oh, I can do more than I could have started.
Ayun. Thank you so much, Jimema, for that. And yeah, recently, let's start off with Erica. Let's have Erica. Recently, Erica, we experienced an earthquake, right? So, yung naging sentro ng earthquake was Abra, the Abra province. Now, do you think, Erica, environment has to do something with this?
Oh, oo naman, sir. It is a natural phenomenon when it comes to earthquakes. But then again, I believe the most important that we have to understand is yung response, emergency response when it comes to the government. Kasi here in Legazpi, we're very prone to another natural occurrence which are typhoons. And na-traumatized na po kami from last 2006. I'll never forget. It was Bagyong Riming. I mean, it's far away from earthquake, but then again, in a way, it's connected because it's natural. It's nothing. There's nothing we can do about it but prepare ourselves. So what we have is the zero casualty framework, which I would love to share with you guys. It's all about the preparation of the government when it comes to natural phenomenon like typhoons and whatnot. So I believe na it's a great platform na pwede po natin i-share to other parts, other LGUs. It's all about emergency response, things that you should do before something happens and after as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Erica, for that. No. How about Nice? Nice.
Yes.
They said that if it's if it's a natural disaster, we have nothing to do about it anymore. It's a non-related environmental issue, or it's yeah that they. I mean, it's a non-related to environmental concerns. Do you believe on that? Do you agree on that?
Um, I believe that everything we do reflects to our earth. So what we do in our earth affects our the goes back to us. So if we do things, if we abuse the such as the trees, we cut them down, then it will reflect us through these natural disasters. And what we can do to help lessen the effects of these natural disasters is to go back to our ways, assess ourselves. Are we taking care of our home? Stuff like that. And I remember sa sinabi ni Ate Erica kanina na to to help reduce this natural disasters is to know how to mitigate the thing, mitigate things, know when to respond, and be prepared. When we do these things, I believe that we can rise above these natural disasters and we can have the what we call zero casualty. Yun po.
All right. Thank you so much. And I think Angel has something to do. Parang eager na eager si Angel.
Hindi
Has
naman po.
something to say. Mm,
Yes,
mm.
well, for example, balik po tayo dun sa pandemic, we have a clearer sky. Well, and the natural disasters, going back to those things, I think a lot of things are happening, like we call it disasters. But I think these are beautiful disasters because it's a message from Mother Earth. And as well, just like this message, it is also Mother Earth's own action to help herself kasi we're not helping Mother Earth. As I've said before dun sa final answer ko po is that we tend to forget that, or we tend to think that Earth is ours, forgetting the fact that it is us who belongs to Earth, meaning to say we are part of its system. And as a part of its system, if we remove ourselves, or if we destroy, or if we become someone who is the rotting part of a system, then we are destroying everything. We are creating chaos for the whole system of Mother Earth. So I think yung simple message like the pandemic, it's not as beautiful as people think because a lot of people have died. But this is also a wake up call for us that the only way for us to save Mother Earth is to go back, yes, as I've said before, old ways. Pwede tayo magkaroon ng technological advancement, but at the same time, we do it in a mindful way. And we have to recollect ourselves to remember if we really needed this technological advancements as we go farther in the future.
I think we have to limit yung use of technological advancements. See, for example, um, sa car, 'di ba? Laging may advancement sa car. So kung may ano na, kung may bagong car, bibili ng bago, right? So
Yes.
what will happen to the old ones, 'di ba? Normally kasi yung mga old cars, yung nagko-cause din ng smoke belching, which
Mm-hmm.
affects definitely the air, 'di ba? So I think yun yung kailangan ding maano tawag dito, magawan ng law, 'di ba? Na there should also be a limit ng there should be limit on owning vehicles as well, 'di ba? And of course, yung sa ano din natin, sa mga factories din natin kasi they are also causing smoke belching. I mean air pollution. Ayun. Whew, thank you so much, guys. Naloka ako. Ayun. So thank you so much, guys. Let's talk about your advocacies naman. I believe that each one of you um, has your has its own advocacy, has its own you have your own what we call this focus on your advocacies. Let's start off with Nicey. So tell us about your advocacy, Nicey.
Well, I am an advocate for reinforcing existing eco-friendly tourism. As your Miss Ecotourism, I hope that we will become responsible tourists, especially now that the borders are reopening to galing sa pandemic, and tourism industry is going back to uh, to what it was before. So
Mhm.
Using my hashtag nice to save you, I hope that our little ways, such as play go or clean as you go, when we are in the public places, or note single-use plastics when we uh, do shopping, we bring our own eco bag. So these little ways that we do for Mother Earth could greatly help her recover.
So, what would you say to those supermarkets who are still using plastic bags?
I think it is the time for them to transition to using eco bags or sell eco bags to limit the plastic usage. It's the time that we strip down or we trim down using plastics and shift into using eco bags. Or if you have bayong, then much better.
Ayun. Thank you so much for that. How about yung mga recycled na mga kunyari mga zesto, ganyan. Mga
Mas
sachet na,
better.
di ba?
Oo, mas better yun. Na-recycle yung mga waste, di
Oo.
ba? So, mas sustainable or eco-friendly.
Ayun. Thank you so much, Angel. And of course, let's have Erica. Erica, what's about your advocacy? Nakamute ka,
Sorry.
bebe.
Sorry na naman. So my advocacy po is coral planting because I believe it is such an essential when it comes to marine conservation, which is my general advocacy. I chose coral planting because I was able to open my mind when it comes to coral planting kasi po I was educated by a friend of mine that marine conservation is all about reef to ridges, which means everything in our ocean and the marine life is interconnected. From the corals, from the fishes, hanggang mapunta po sa mangroves, lahat po yan connected. And we should keep in mind how important corals is because first of all, dyan po nangingitlog ang mga isda. And
Mhm.
as you know, the Philippines, number one of the main resources, not only of jobs, but of food, is ang pangingisda. So, napaka-importante po niyan. Here in Legazpi, it's actually one of the major problems when it comes to marine conservation kasi po, because of coral bleaching, nababawasan po ang tirahan ng mga isda. And it also affects us when it comes to the prices of fishes and the food that we have that we can buy, naapektuhan po kami. So I believe na it's the balance of the biodiversity that really hits the target when it comes to marine conservation.
Yeah, I agree on you. No, one of the factors why we are already losing some marine, some fish rather, some school of fish on our oceans or on the seas, is because we the corals are already destroyed. A lot of corals are already destroyed. So how can we recover those corals? Is there any way, any recommendation that you could give?
Yes. Actually, sir, there's two factors I would love to share. First is that marami pong LGUs and madami pong mga groups or organizations that helps when it comes to coral planting. Here in Legazpi, we have what you call the ICRM. It's the Integrated Coastal Resource Management under the LGU Legazpi, and they are there to focus on the general livelihood when it comes to coral planting. And another one is that a lot of the factor comes with the tourism. Kasi po in Legazpi, we know that it's one of the famous tourist spots here in the Philippines because of Mount Mayon. And we are
Uh-uh.
surrounded by oceans and beaches. And number one po of the reasons why corals are being damaged is because of tourists. Unfortunately, kasi po, syempre, napakaganda ng mga corals. And what they tend to do is sometimes they like to touch it, they like to step on it. They think they're not really doing anything. They're not affecting the corals, but the truth is they're already destroying it. So it's very important to educate the tourists on how important the corals are.
I think it's in Bicol that when where you made a man-made corals, I guess. I think it's in Bato somewhere?
Ah, meron
The
din po, sir.
rosary. The
Actually,
rosary
and
coral.
different, yes, different LGUs in Albay. But then again, I studied more on the LGU in Legazpi. Meron po kaming tinatawag na, alam niyo po yung jackstone?
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
game nung bata, yung with the
Yes.
rubber
Yes.
ball and the
Uh,
jackstone. So that is the shape that they're trying to make. Imagine a jackstone na nakasemento
mm.
po, na sobrang laki. That's what they're trying to put under the water, under the beaches here in Legazpi. That shape po kasi they believe is best when it comes to protecting each other. So imagine ang mga jackstone po na magkakatabi. And then
Yes.
dun sila nagpa-plant ng corals. They believe that it's the best formation and the best shape para po mas maging sturdy ang coral housing.
That's great. I think
Yes.
is maganda nga yung shape na ganun, yung parang pa-X na
Mm-mm.
double.
Yes po. Parang
Mm.
asterisk.
Oo. Ayun. Thank you so much po. And of
Thank you
course,
po.
Angel.
So yeah, my advocacy since then has been about sustainable living. So paano ko ba siya ipopromote? It's via education. So ano naman yung fastest way to educate people? It's through the children. So once na nagkaroon tayo ng mga children's book, that just like the one I did during our pageant, this one is Saving the Planet with Santol the Cat. And currently, I am holding the inspiration of this comic book. Yes, Santol. He is here,
Hi.
Santol. He's the inspiration of my book. So ano po ba yung naisip ko bakit I started the comic book? It's still on the way into being completed. So naisip ko naman that if I do a children's book, 'di ba, the adults will use it to educate the children. So while they're teaching their children, they're also being educated as well. So it's a good thing na parang while we're teaching our children, we're getting educated as well. So yun po yung naging concept ko to promote sustainability. And syempre, very timely and relevant din naman ang theme ng Miss Philippines Earth, which is the fauna. And I love animals, so that I really made it a point na to give honor to these animals who inspired me to be who I am today. So bukod sa pagtulong nila sa pagbalance ng ating ecosystem, animals help us in a certain way, like in a mental way, and spiritually, they help us as well. So here's the reason why I'm here today with a very beautiful heart. Ayan, my inspiration po, si Santol.
Hi,
Yun lang po.
Santol.
He's still sleepy. He's sleeping po in my lap during the interview. Ayan.
Ayan. Oh, where's Jimema? Nawala si Jimema. Nawala yung camera niya. Hi, Jimema. Okay, let's go to Jenny muna. Jenny, let's talk about your advocacy.
So, my advocacy is educating everyone, especially the marginalized sector and the youth, about ecological sustainability. I believe that it's so important to focus on the sectors that could really make a difference. Because, here in the Philippines, there are a lot of marginalized people. So, we should also help them so that they will learn how to have greener ways, and especially the youth, because they are the new generation, they are our children, and they have such a great way of creating impact. They really rally for what they believe in, and they very much advocate for all their beliefs. So I believe that it's so important to engage these acts of charity, of taking care of the environment, because I know that they could really make a difference.
Ayun. Thank you so much. Ay, wala na si Jimema.
Mhm.
Guys, there's a question in here um from our viewers. They're asking, they are actually curious. They wanted to know if you have cash prizes. If you have won cash prizes in Miss Philippines Earth. I believe you also have cash prizes, right?
Yes, we do po. We do.
Oh, we do.
So ayun, meron po. Ayan.
Meron po.
Pero hindi na kailangang pag-usapan kung magkano.
True.
Ayan. So let's have Jimema. Jimema, can you tell us about your advocacy na?
Okay, so my advocacy po is zero waste management. I chose zero waste management po because I know that plastic pollution, solid waste pollution is very rampant in today's time, and it's a long problem na po. Since then po it's a problem po talaga, and even the smallest smallest waste po, like proper waste segregation, it cannot be followed by the people. And I think po sir, it's time po to for me to be able to educate more people po that on how it is important for us to follow the proper waste management or even stop using plastic po, so that we will not harm Mother Earth, and then we can start the solution of being an eco conscious po, and then and in that way po we can live sustainably.
Do you think that management is possible?
Yes. And my winning answer po as Miss Philippines Earth Air, I've said po in the final Q&A round that zero waste lifestyle is very hard, but I believe po na we can do it small step at a time. And then when our small step will be collected, and then we can have a collective efforts and towards saving the earth po through having zero waste lifestyle.
What's the first step that we could do in order um to lead us to the zero wage management?
Basically, to start at home. Everyone can start at home po by segregating properly the plastic, and then hopefully becoming into that individual who will not use plastic anymore, because we have a lot of eco initiative and eco alternatives when it comes to containers.
But from what we are actually buying from the market, 'di ba? Almost everything is in plastic,
Hmm.
'di
So
ba? Say
that's
for
why.
example, biscuits, ganyan. O biscuits pa lang, tinapay pa lang naka-plastic. So how possible would it be that we can achieve the zero waste management?
We have ano naman po, we can bring our own containers, and then we will transfer po the biscuits into the container, and then we need to segregate the plastic properly, so that hindi po siya disorganize, kasi isa po yun sa problem when we will not when we disorganize the plastic, it will lead to harm to Mother Earth po. So I think it's the best solution po talaga is to bring your own containers, bring your own eco alternatives. I know that it is, when you imagine it, it is very hard, but well, once will you start, everything will follow, and then and then the solution will come in your way.
So parang wala ng supermarket, ganyan. Diretso na lang sa factory, magdala na lang ng ano, 'di ba? Diretso na lang parang yung sa ano, sa pagbili ng pandesal, right? 'Di ba?
Oh,
Freshly
pandesal.
baked pandesal, ganyan. So walang cellophane, 'di ba? They won't be put into plastics, 'di ba? Diretso na lang
Okay.
nasa papel na siyang ganyan, right? So dapat ganun
Hmm.
pala yung ideal for zero waste management. So kunyari bibili tayo ng ano shampoo ganyan. Punta na tayo sa factory tapos magdala tayo ng ano container natin, refillable. O di ba?
Yes. If that's the best solution, then why not?
I think that's possible. Yung parang water refilling station ganyan. So pero meron magkakaroon na rin ng shampoo refilling station. Di ba? I think that's possible. At least in that way, ha? In that sense, ha? That could be possible, ha?
Hmm.
Ayun. Thank you so much, girls. But before we end
Thank
this, I would like you to play with me. So this is very easy. All you have to do is to expound every word that we can reveal from the boxes that you chose. Okay. So we'll be sharing this. Mhm. Sandali. There you go. Okay, so I call it pick a box. Can you see it?
Yes, po. Yes.
Yes.
Just one moment. So there you go, guys. Can you see it? Pick a box. Mhm.
Yes.
So we have six boxes here. Okay, so all you have to do is choose one from these six boxes, and then each boxes has a corresponding word that we can reveal. No? So all you have to do is to expound the word that we can reveal from each box. Okay? So one is to one na lang. Okay ba? Are we ready with that?
Yeah.
Hello,
Yes,
Queens.
ready.
Okay,
Opo.
sige. Kanino tayo magsisimula? Let's start off with Nicey. Okay, Nicey, which number would you like to
Number
open? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
number 6.
Number 6. Okay, so here we go. Natural
Natural.
disasters. I think we've already talked
Natural.
about
Yeah. Natural disasters are part of our lives, and there's so much that we can do. What we can do to help uh, prevent casualties with this natural disaster is to do mitigation, be prepared, be prepared to respond and to recover. If we do these four things with the government, with ourselves, with our community, I believe that we can surpass any challenges that our nature brought us.
it. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nicey. All right, and
You're welcome
who's
po.
next? Oh, sorry. Which next? Who's next? Let's have Erica. Which number would you like to take, Erica? Erica, nakamute ka be? Erica, which number? Erica, can you hear me? Hello? Ayun. Sige. Let's move muna with Angel. Angel, which number would you like to pick?
Number 5 po.
Number 5. Same-sex union.
Oh yeah. So for that one naman po, I'm a gender and development focal person in my office. I have been advocating for gender equality as well for so long because I believe that ending all forms of discrimination, especially in gender and lack of sensitivity, is really crucial in our aim to achieve sustainable development, which we know will help save the environment. So for same-sex union, I also have relatives who are part of the third sex, and they already have been or have been married with their partners or with the same sex. For this matter naman, it is important that we give them their chance or respect their their unions, as we are not looking into it in a religious manner. So the importance of this union is that we're giving these couples the opportunity to have mutual, what do you call this? Meron tayong tinatawag na conjugal properties. You're giving them an opportunity to like really
Security.
feel, yes, the security as they become one or together. Kasi para naman po sa akin, love doesn't have any gender, and love has no boundaries for all. So aside from that, kaya po ako nagpakat ng hair. It's part of my, it's part of my symbolism, not just for sustainability, but also to send a message that your image or what you look like doesn't really matter. What you portray in the society doesn't really matter. Your gender is not something that will hold you back to express your abilities and capabilities. And as a woman, you don't have to look a certain way to be called feminine. And yun nga po, as someone who is part of the society, it is also our duty and responsibility to be someone who is understanding and to prudent ourselves to be able to have a more harmonious lives as human beings. Yun po.
Mhm. Siguro yung ano lang doon, yung tawag dito, i-clarify lang natin is that iba ang same-sex union sa same-sex
Same-sex
marriage.
marriage, yes, it's a different thing.
Yes po. Ayun, thank you so much. Ay, nawala si
Erica.
Erica. And so let's have Jimema. Okay, Jimema, what number would you like to choose?
Number 3.
Number 3. There you go. Responsibility.
Responsibility. In today's time, we have a lot of responsibility when it comes to our home, to our community, and to our country. But I believe that we must not forget that we have also responsibility when it comes to saving Mother Earth. It is now the time to make Mother Earth to be in a well prioritized that we need to really save her. That prioritizing Mother Earth could really gain us a lot of beneficiaries, and it can promote inclusive development to ourselves, to our family, and to our community. And in that way, we will be able to fulfill our responsibility as a better person, as an eco citizen in our country, and everything in our life will have a perfect and harmonious um, um, ways when it comes to preservation of Mother Earth as well as preserving the wildlife.
Ayun, thank you so much. So responsibility for all sa lahat ng
Yes,
aspeto.
sa lahat.
Ayun, thank you so much po. All right, let's move on. So, okay na ba si Erica?
Eto
Okay ka
po,
na, Erica?
sorry, nawala po yung connection. Naloka ako. Kanina I can't hear you guys. Anyway, okay na po.
Yeah. Connection lang. So,
Yes,
Erica, you
yes.
the next. Okay.
Okay po.
So, which box will you choose?
Mm, hindi ko po alam kung
Oh,
ano yung napili na.
napili
So,
na
I
ang
guess
3,
I'll go...
5, and 6.
Ano po? Sorry.
3, 5, and 6 ang napili na.
Okay. So, I'll go with 1.
1. It's poverty. Ayan. So,
Ano
i-expound mo
lang
yung
siya, sir? Word
poverty, Kete.
association. Tama ba?
Ha?
Is it just like word
Expound
association?
lang siya.
Okay. So I guess, sir, when it comes to poverty, it all boils down to the government. For me, I believe that a lot of the factors when it comes to poverty is how the government handles everything, from our taxes to I believe the most important part of poverty is the wala ako, nataranta ako sa internet. Is when it comes to kaya ko to. Anyway, sorry. When it comes to family planning, which I believe is the most important. Medyo taboo po siya here in the Philippines. But I believe it's one of the most important issues that we have to face head on. It may be taboo, but then again, it's one of the most important issues. Not only because it has something to do with family planning when it comes to safe sex and whatnot, but it affects everything from the day a baby is born up to until he or she graduates or even not enters school. Affected po siya lahat. So it's very important for us to vote for the right president. So susunod na po na halalan.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that sex education is actually taboo particularly in the family. We don't usually talk about how to prepare for a family and how to be safe as well, and how to control our urges as well as a person, diba? Okay.
I think sorry. I think it's also a factor po kasi na where we grew up in a Catholic Philippines
Yeah,
in a whole
conservative country.
is a Catholic country. So we are very conservative. But then again, it's the 21st century and we can't deny na meron po talagang nangyayaring sexual acts before the marriage. But all we can do is give women choices, not only women but men as well when it comes to
And
safe sex.
educate them as well.
And
And educate
educate, exactly. Educate them as well.
them. Mhm. Yeah, kasi naniniwala talaga ako. I definitely agree that early pregnancy or teen pregnancy or teen fatherhood is actually one of the factors why we are poor, why we are in the state of poverty.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
True. Opo.
So ayun. And thank you so much, Erica. Okay, finally, let's have our queen. Let's have our queen, Jen. Jenny,
Yeah.
which number would you like to choose?
I think the second one hasn't been chosen yet.
Not yet. Two and
Okay.
four.
Oh, two or four. I'll have two.
Number two. Okay, here you go. It's trans women.
Trans woman. Wow. So, a fun fact, growing up, my very first best friend was a trans woman. And although that she was born as a boy, at a young age, people really know who they are and who they want to be. And as people around them, surrounding them, you have to respect that and you have to help lift them up because they are facing so much difficult battles. And since my best friend was a trans woman, I could see how times when she was bullied, people wouldn't understand even her own family. And that's why now I have such great awareness and appreciation for them because I could really see the hardships. And here in the Philippines, the LGBTQ plus community, it's just so wide and they have such a big impact on pageantry world. And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, we have such a big appreciation for them. Like we cannot be here without this community and we're so thankful for them.
Ayon. What if, yeah, you just mentioned as well, you had just mentioned about the the contribution of trans women in pageantry. What about if trans women or trans women or transgenders will join traditional pageants like Miss Philippines Earth? Would you like to, or would you agree on that usapan, on that issue,
Mm.
that on that concern rather, that it's okay for trans women or for transgenders to join traditional pageants for women?
Yes, well, I believe that pageants are about celebrating femininity. It's about embracing womanhood. And this is something that trans women do perfectly. They capture this essence so well. And they are a gift to the world. The way that they share laughter, love, and yes, I am completely open to it. But to be honest, I think us girls, we're going to have some real competition because they are amazing performers. They kill the stage. They are so good.
Absolutely. All right, thank you so much for that, Jenny. And yeah, it's for everyone naman. Yeah, it's for everyone. I would like just um to just continue about pageantry thingy, because since recently before actually your coronation night, um actually to when top 20 was announced, right? Or yeah, before top 20 was announced even, there were some of your fellow sisters who got cut off due to height requirement. um what can you say about that? Is it still necessary to consider height in pageantry as of the days now? Okay, let's ano nangyari sa iyo, Erica? Bumaliktad ka, Erica. Okay, let's start off with Angel. Angel, what can you say about that?
As per with the height requirement being in the pageant industry, I think it's if you want to really speak about something, or if you want to really talk about something to inspire people, we don't really have to be in a pageant. But if I'm gonna be asked, I would like to pageantries be open for diversity, for women to be included as well. If trans women is considered, then why is height requirement even considered? But at the end of the day, what the issue really is happening in, or what the issue is we are talking about in what has happened from this event is that it's not about diversity issue. It's all about the, what do you call this, the honesty of a person, or what we put on into our forms. Kasi po, we are these are legally binding forms, and it is really mentioned by the Carousel Productions or the Miss Philippines Earth Organization that the requirement is at least 5'4" in height. So I think they're really coming into something kasi nga we have there is a sworn statement below that what you're writing in that form is true and correct. So
Yes,
as it
I
is a legally
hereby,
binding
yeah,
form,
I
yes,
hereby,
yes, I hereby sign this and solemnly swear that this is true and correct, the information that I have inputted. So yun po yung opinion ko for that one. So I think what the people is not thinking about is that these two things are different.
mm,
What happened there is all about requirements. It's
mm,
not because women from this sector, from the girls who are 5'4" and below, are not included in in the pageantry industry, or they are not called. It is not inclusive. What we call. Pero
mm.
yun nga po, it's just about the legal issues, or it's because it's gonna be unfair for the other girls who complied with the requirements with all their honesty. Yun lang po, integrity lang yung pinag-uusap.
All right. Thank you so much, Angel. How about you? How about you, Erica? What's your standpoint on that? That there are these ladies who eventually joined the pageant with below the height requirement of the pageant organization.
For me, sir, I believe with Angel na parang a lot of the factor comes with telling the truth when it comes to your height. But then again, it's all for me. It's all up to the organization. Kung papayag po sila na i-lessen, or if not lessen but remove the height requirement altogether, it's all up to them. But personally, of course, I would love for there not to be any height requirement. Kasi syempre po, it's when it comes to beauty pageants, it's not about the height, or like it's not about just your face. It's a combination of everything. I remember I was asked if for previous interview, parang what's your favorite part of what are you most excited about the pageant? And then I just remember telling them na it's hard for me to pick one specific part kasi for you guys to know me, I have to share with you everything from my look to the evening gown to the um, swimsuit to the Q&A and to everything. So I believe when it comes to a beauty queen, it is not only one specific quality, but then again, it's an quality altogether. That's
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Erica. Okay. How about you, Jimema? Jimema, how did you feel when the organization was cutting out all the girls, or was already cutting out the girls that are below the height requirement?
I feel sad, but I think as a candidate also, I'm gonna put that issue for the Miss Philippines Earth, and I don't hold any grudges for the Miss Philippines Earth organization and for the girls also. I just want to tell them right now that there's a lot of better opportunity that awaits for them, and then they can continually use their causes and their advocacies to continually inspire more people through the use of social medias.
All right. Thank you so much. Nicey. Nice. Did you feel like an advantage for you when these fellow sisters of yours were being cut off we were being cut off or cut out from the on their journey.
Whether or not they are included, I still think that um, I have
Okay,
Miss
nice. Are you
Philippines
okay,
Earth.
nice? Go ahead, nice.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, go ahead, nice.
Nawala po ba ako?
Mm-mm.
Saan ba?
That's okay.
Oo nga po. Kasali man sila or hindi po. Hello?
Hello, go ahead, nice. Mm-mm.
Um, uh, Same lang din yung mangyayari kasi we are 40, almost 40 kami during the pre-pageant and we are cut down into 20. And kung wala sila, napapalitan din naman sila ng other girls, inspiring girls to be Miss Earth, Miss Philippines Earth. So I don't think uh, advantage is sa akin or disadvantage. What I have in mind is that I have to do my best to perform and to show who I am in front of the stage.
All right, thank you so much. And let's have Jenny. Jenny, what message would you like to give them? Of course, parang nagkaroon na ng nagkaroon na ng lamat. Do you know what lamat is? Ah,
No, I
so
don't.
there's already a crack on 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 the image of Miss Philippines Earth, or it could be also on your relationship as sisters. So what would you like to tell them?
Mhm. Well, I want them to know that we were always there for them whenever they would need comforting or a message or a light of hope. Because at the end of the day, we did have a connection with them. We saw them a couple times and we were able to gather friendship with them. So I want them to always remember that we could always be there. We're just a text away, to be honest. But my message to them would be that once a door is closed, another one is opened, and there's so many beautiful things out there for them. And this was just a way for them to be enlightened and see those things.
Ayun, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it was just meant, no? Ganun nga. But if I may ask, Jenny, is it high time for Miss Philippines Earth to remove the um, um, the height requirement
Well, this certainly
in your
depends on the
opinion?
decision.
Mhm.
Well, this certainly depends on the decision of the organization because at the end of the day, this is the people who are making the rules and regulations. And so I believe that we must follow them.
All right, absolutely. I just wanted to ask then, guys, were you actually informed um, or enforced? Was it really enforced to you that your height should be at least 5'4", even when you already submitted your applications and um, you got into the top 40? So was it really enforced to you over and over?
Yes, it was. And it was also on the Miss Earth Philippines website as well. So when we
Mm-mm,
passed in our application, we could actually see it.
mm-mm,
Yeah, so we could see all the requirements like Philippine citizen, 5'4", things like that.
So this goes to show as well that there's a responsibility as well on the part of the candidates or the handlers of the candidates, right? Kasi nga Miss Earth was put into bad light, 'di ba? Kasi nga parang inclusive daw, 'di ba? Parang very exclusive daw siya kasi nga um parang ine-exclude because Miss Earth is excluding those candidates with below 5'4", 'di ba? So it's also on the part of the handlers or the managers or even the candidates as well. Kasi normally naman in the pageants, the height standard is um, parang international height, right? International measurement. Am I right? Are you using the international height measurement,
Yes, yes
right?
po.
And that
Opo.
should be the standard, right? So I think it's also on the part of the candidates as well, especially for someone who already joined the other pageant, actually another national pageant, who actually, well, that was a national pageant and claimed that she was 5'3", diba? So, or 5, yeah, 5'3.5", something like that. So, ayun. Responsibility nila yon. So, and Miss Earth is, parang doesn't need any apology for removing them in the roster. Yeah. Right. So thank you so much, guys, for clarifying that up. And it's my pleasure to have you all here tonight. And I'm wishing you all the best and congratulations once again. Thank you for joining and playing with me tonight or this evening on the show. Yeah, thank you so much. So wala akong
Thank you
clap clap.
po.
So would you like to promote anything where they can watch you once again from tomorrow onwards? Okay, go ahead, Jenny. You can also promote your social media, by the way.
Hello, everyone watching. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in for this live. I would like to give a shout out to my social media accounts. If you all would like to help me boost my following on, I have every single social media platform from Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So you could just look up my name, Jenny Ramp. And I would also like to encourage you all to follow the Miss Philippines Earth page as well to continue seeing my journey and continue seeing my eco sisters as well. And please follow all of them.
All right. Thank you so much, Jenny. Nice.
You can follow me on Facebook, Nice Lampad. Instagram, I don't really use that much, but you can search me at next.ce and also follow Miss Philippines Earth page where you can see our different eco activities as well as the journey of the girls and of course our queen, Miss Jenny Knapp. And I hope along with us you support her in the Miss Philippines Earth. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jenny. Okay, let's have Jimema.
First of all, thank you so much for having excuse. Thank you so much for having us tonight. It was a great pleasure to meet you, Paul, and then to talk about earthly talks that we need to talk about. And then, please, to everyone who is watching, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And then, please do follow the social media account of Miss Philippines Earth, for you to get updated on what's happening worldwide and how you can be on how you can participate, and then you can how you can be involved, and then also be tuned in and on what we can do for the environment, and then especially to our queen, Miss Jenny Ram, Miss Philippines Earth 2022. Let's continue to support her, guys. And then for my social media accounts, you can follow my IG at underscore it's Jemema, and for Facebook, Jemema Tempra, as well as for TikTok, Jemema Tempra. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jimema. Okay. Yes, Angel.
Okay, so same naman po with the other girls. I would like to promote the Miss Philippines Earth page. You can follow our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook pages at Miss Phil Earth. And also, don't forget to follow, of course, our queen, reigning queen, Jenny Ramp. Support po natin siya for her journey for the crown for Miss Earth 2022. Siyempre, kailangan natin ng fifth Miss Earth crown. And also, don't forget to follow my social media accounts at ENGR.Angel Santos or Engineer.Angel Santos on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and for the other girls as well.
All right. Thank you so much, girls. And Again, it's a pleasure to have you all here tonight with me. And yeah, good luck and God bless you always. Congratulations once again. To all our viewers, if this is your first, well, if you are new to our YouTube channel, please do like and subscribe rather, and please click the bell notification on our YouTube channel for you to get notified on all our new upload videos. And of course, you can also follow and like our Facebook page and Instagram and TikTok. Please do follow us on all those social media platforms. And we will see you guys and more pageant updates to come. God bless you
Thank
all
you
and bye
po.
bye. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye. Good
Good
night.
Good
night.
Good night,
night.
everyone.